Hey Nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are heading to Goodwill to do some thrift shopping. Hopefully we are able to find some vintage goodies. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Halloween items first since it is the season and see what is in the store today. I'm not seeing a whole lot for Halloween decor this year, just a lot of costume type stuff. Because I have kind of that needle in a haystack kind of eye, I was able to spy these in the back there on the floor of the shelf. We were just talking the other day, my husband and I, about people that wear their caps on backwards and this thing with his boss. I'll tell you guys the story in my haul video, but just see that pumpkin with the hat on backwards was kind of funny after having that conversation. This blow mold, this is the one you guys probably have seen since, before I put this out, because I hauled this in my Halloween Thrifted Finds collaboration. And then I found this really neat bucket of various pumpkins and skeletons. They're all little mini size ones for only $2, so I thought that was kind of neat. I've been picking up so many jack-o'-lanterns this year. It seems to be the only Halloween decor I am seeing. This jack-o'-lantern wooden basket, I actually bought one of these last year and I thought it was hand-painted originally, but there is a tag on the bottom of this one, and obviously there is another one, so it was not an original hand-painted one after all. I had high hopes for this when I pulled it out of the box, or before I pulled it out of the box rather, but after taking it out, I thought the faces were painted on it very weird, very just like someone took a pen to it almost. It just seemed kind of strange to me. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if your Goodwill does this, but my Goodwill seems to hoard a lot of the vintage clothing and then puts it in with the Halloween costumes once they start putting the Halloween costumes out. So we used to have quite a bit of vintage clothing back when I mainly only thrifted for clothing about a decade ago, and now we just have the tiniest rack over by the linens, so I guess they are just saving it and putting it with the Halloween stuff. I don't really consider vintage clothing a Halloween costume. I mean, I'm sure some people dress up in that fashion, but there's a lot of people that like to still look for vintage clothing, so I wish they wouldn't do that and would just put it on the, normal rack so we can buy it whenever we want. They had this 8-piece snack set. These are from Japan. They are elegant flower deco patterned, and I thought they were really pretty. Of course, I had to take them all out of the box and see what kind of condition they were in. They had some of this set here last week with the mushrooms on it. They're not Merry Mushroom, but they are Arnell's, which is a hand-painted pottery, kind of almost like a mold thing that people would hand-paint back in the 60s and 70s. And these appear to be in very good condition. I really like the colors of them. Perfect for the fall season. Butter dishes are always nice to pick up regardless of what they are, what style they're in. I usually always have good luck selling butter dishes, so not often do I leave those behind. Now NASCAR is something that does sell, especially Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is a Dale Earnhardt 50th anniversary mug, and I looked up comps on these because they did have it priced at $4. So they're worth about $8 to $10, and Goodwill had it priced at $4, so it didn't make much sense to pick it up to resell. Right behind that, I did find this vintage chip and dip set. You don't often find it with the metal attachment, so you can float it on top of the chip bowl. Unfortunately, the metal attachment is very tarnished and kind of rusty. I really wish that was in much better condition because I definitely would have picked it up had it been that way. These surprisingly don't sell for very much. They go for as low as $10, and you might get lucky and sell it for about $25. I love the way they did the glaze on this pottery soup bowl. I thought it was very interesting. I wish there was a full set of those. I would imagine picking up beer steins this time of year is a good thing since Oktoberfest is coming up. This one they had priced at $10, which is about what most beer steins tend to go for unless they are a little bit more unique and desirable. I have not had much luck selling dolphin items, but I saw this wood sculpture dolphin up here and I was going to get it, except for one of the fins was snapped off on the top dolphin. So unfortunate. It was probably for my own good because, like I said, I'm having issues selling the dolphins I have picked up, so it probably really was for my own good, but that was a cool piece. I've been running into Blue Goose like crazy lately, but I've been also coming across the red-bowed goose, which I didn't even know was a thing. So I found this canister here that had a spoon on the side of it. I'm not sure if the other hole on the other handle was supposed to have some kind of a utensil as well, or someone just stuck that in there, but it seemed kind of like a neat thing to get. And I found some butterfly gold saucers that were up on the top shelf. These are Corel. They are Pyrex compatible, pattern from the 1970s. I found this stunning vase on the top shelf. This is put out by Formalities by the Baum brothers. It is a made in China vase. These sell for a decent amount. You can get about $10 to $20 depending on the style and design of it. This would be a more higher end one as it's very ornate and there's a lot of detail to it. This is a really cute hand painted and even handmade pottery piece that someone probably did in their ceramics class. I love the way they formed the handle on that. That's a pretty neat idea. I was surprised to see this on the bottom shelf. It's a large serving Caesar salad bowl. I've never seen these before. I believe they came out in around the 1980s, the early 80s. And they actually come in a few different types of salad recipes. I only see the pie plates, but I have never seen the salad bowls. So that was a very cool find. This mug wasn't even supposed to be over in this area, and there was just something that drew me to it. It seemed to have an older feel, and sure enough, I flipped it over and it was actually a Holt Howard, so that was pretty nice. They had this one lonely bowl over here that I was drawn to. This is actually restaurant ware, and it is Table Light by Walker. The bunnies always find me, it seems. I thought this was a really nice plate. It is modern, but it has this really nice transferware look to it, and I'm sure someone would enjoy that in their decor. I found something on the top shelf that I actually own in my own collection. This one was really rusted up though. Let me know if you guys have been subscribed to my channel long enough to remember when I picked this hollyhock tin up. It's still super cute, but unfortunately so rusty. I thought the sign here was very pretty. It is one of those metal repo kind of signs. And these sell quite well for me in my antique booth. This style in particular might not here locally, but I really did enjoy that. And yet here's another thing I always come across, these iron tiled trivets. Now at least this one was glued in properly. Most of the trivets will sell between $8 to maybe $10, $15. Usually 8 to 10 is the going rate, and you know, unless it's something that is a little bit more unique. We've been seeing a lot of German type items in our Goodwill lately. I'm not sure why, but that Bayern sign, I didn't find any listings on it other than, well, there was one listing for $10, but there were no sold, so I figured it probably wasn't really worth my time there to resell. I found a couple John Madden & Son teacups and saucers here. Unfortunately, the top rims, the gold on them, were kind of flaking off. Some was worn more and others in spots, but that usually is not a very good indicator. Something I would pick up, especially around the rim of something you're going to drink and put in your mouth. I just feel like that's kind of a no-no. But then I came across these really cool Irish coffee mugs. They do have gold around the tops as well. And I feel like they might have some spots on some of them as well, but I really like these, so maybe there's an exception. I was so excited when I saw this set of 4 animal glasses here. They are frosted. They had $5 for the full set. There was a couple of condition issues as I'm pointing out here. These are actually Dartington glasses, which I believe is a French company, and had those been in good condition, I probably could have sold them for $35. So there was definitely a profit to be made there. That's kind of a bolo item. Definitely be on the lookout for those frosted type of glasses with the animals on it. How cool is this mid-century apple? And I'm sorry guys, but yeah, they had some clowns on the shelf. I thought these were really fun. Kind of highly priced. They had this one marked at $4. And the other two I think were a little high too. I can't quite remember. Let's see what they say. $5. Yeah, they wanted $5 a piece for these guys here, and they were actually the fun ones, right? They're super cute. I love the colors on them. But yeah, $5 a piece. Do you think it's just because Stephen King's It just came out and they think clowns are going to be a hot thing this Halloween season? This is my second black vintage glassware that I found in the last month. I've never even seen it before, I mean, in person, but yeah, that's super cool. Gonna be great for Halloween. Goodwill was asking $2 a piece for these adorable little figurines here, and I just thought they were really well detailed. I like that they all had a theme to them, but they obviously were part of some sort of a set here. I don't know much about them. There's something that I will look into or try to. There's a lot of figurines out there, so if you guys happen to know what collection these are from, that would be super helpful. Leave it in the comments below. This was kind of a unique looking bud vase, and they had this weird little teddy bear that was a hunter, I guess, a duck hunter. I guess that's kind of cute. I'm not into teddy bears or hunting, but let's take a quick look at the coffee mugs and see what they have that might be new this week. Just out of curiosity, are you a Starbucks fan or a Dunkin' Donuts fan, or maybe even a Tim Hortons person? I feel like I go to Dunkin' Donuts more so than anything. That's kind of a New England staple. So my drink of choice there is usually a iced coffee. I like to get a little bit of caramel in it, or I'll just get the hot cocoa, the caramel salted hot cocoa. What drink do you guys like to get? It's times like these where I wish I was a candle person, because those little peppermint candles were so adorable. And the fact that I don't light candles, I always find really adorable things like this, and I'll pick them up, but I feel kind of weird because I never put a candle in it. I suppose I could just put the taper in it and just never light it. That might work for me. These bells were in working order. They were kind of interesting, and on the bottom shelf they had modern snowmen, so I didn't really find anything there. Here we go. Maybe I should just get candles like these that I wouldn't feel bad having and not melting because they have a cute little Santa on them. I found this really cute knick-knack here with the dog tugging on this little boy's jacket, not wanting him to leave. And it's called Hanging Coat, but it looks like he doesn't want his, best friend to leave. I found this adorable little cutesy sign for a little girl's room. It says how God made little girls, and there's a little poem there. There's a little bit of scuffing on it, but I thought the overall piece was very nice and still definitely something somebody would want. I did find a vintage nursery planter. The eyes were a little weird on this. I couldn't quite figure out. They painted them off-center or something, but it was chipped up in several spots, so I ultimately left it behind. I do kind of collect them myself, and potentially might have just picked them up for my own collection, but I'm trying to pare down a little bit and just keep the ones I really, really like. Usually my last stop is to meet my husband and boys in the toy aisle, and I kind of check it out to see anything they might have missed. My boys like the little Imaginext figure, so I was digging in this bin to find some, and I spied this bag of magnets that are state magnets. It appeared a super cool find. I don't know if someone found them and hid them in there hoping to get them cheaper on a different color day or something, but I am an excellent digger and picker, so I found what they tried to hide. I found this Jack in the Box, and I tried to scare you guys, but it didn't turn out. The angle wasn't the greatest, and the bear kind of doesn't go straight up. And I also found this really cool spinner that I got for my kids as well. I thought it would look kind of vintagey and fun, so please be sure to hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed this video. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can catch the haul video to everything I purchased today. You can see how much I paid for it, how much I think I can get for it, and what I'm keeping and what I'm reselling. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye!